Welcome to the Homeschool Idaho Getting Started video series, where we're helping you guys build a foundation, know what homeschooling is about, getting you started, answering a lot of the questions that are asked. So, if you are new to homeschooling, head on over to Homeschool Idaho's YouTube channel, where you will find a whole series. We'll have 10 parts helping you get started on this homeschool journey. And if you've already been homeschooling, use these videos to share with your friends to encourage them and help them out. So, today we are going to probably do our shortest of all of our sessions. So if you only have a few minutes, this is the one for you. And we are talking about homeschooling multiple grades. So give us 5 minutes of your time and we'll help you with this topic. So Audra, why don't we just dive right in?
Okay. So this is probably one of the questions that's the most intimidating,
Yes.
honestly, thought to most homeschool parents, but it's
Right.
actually one of the easiest to address.
Awesome.
So easy. Okay. So the simplest way to teach to multiple grades is for math, language, which includes your reading and writing, you teach to your kids' grade level. For
Absolutely.
your other subjects, for your social studies, for history, for science, for geography, for any of those social studies, you teach to all your children.
Yes.
And it's that simple, but here's the trick. Okay. When you're teaching those levels to those kids, you always teach to the oldest child when you're teaching those levels, or multiple
Right.
kids
Right.
in one subject. You teach
Right.
to the oldest child. Your closest child is going to pick up a good portion of that. Your youngest is going to get a little bit of it, but what happens is you're going to cycle those same things back around again when that next child is at that grade level. So you always teach to the older child in a group setting.
Right.
And I mean, it is literally that simple.
Yep. And it is that simple. So again, like she said, math, reading, writing, things you can't really do together, separate those kids out. And then all those other subjects do together.
Right.
One quick thing I'm going to throw in is some of you say, okay, but what about the toddler? What about the baby?
Right.
I just want to throw in there nap time, cash in on nap time. That's how you do this with multiple levels. And then one more thing Audra's going to talk about is turning your older kids into the teacher. That also helps cross this multi-grade span that we have.
Well, so I know in our life, I have a soon to be seventh grader, and my youngest is 7 going into the oldest is 7th grade. I'm trying to think. I'm the homeschool parent. And I gotta think. She's going into 3rd grade, and so she's still learning how to read. She's still developing fluency. So one of the ways I do that is I stick my 7th grader with her when I'm working with my middle child, and she reads to him, and he helps with her fluency. Sometimes they'll teach each other science. That's one of the things my older child is going to start being tasked with in the upcoming years is as he gets older, he can turn around and teach his siblings, whether it's a science lesson or a history lesson.
Right. And kids learn so much by teaching. We all do. When we have to teach something, we're learning. So you're not wasting your older kids' time by having them teach. You're actually reinforcing what they've learned. And you're helping them when you have to take something you've learned and regurgitate it. You're actually learning as you go. So many people say teaching multiple grades at once is a downfall to homeschool. And we would highly disagree that we actually think it is one of the biggest benefits. It helps the oldest kids. It helps the younger kids. It builds community. Just remember, do not teach every subject individually. That will derail your entire day. While you have your older kids doing their independent work because they can, that's when you give those younger kids that one-on-one time. So for us, we spend our mornings, my older kids go and they do their independent, they do their math, their reading, their writing. And that's when I work with, the new readers, the littles. And then we all come together in the afternoon for us, but whenever it works for you. And that's when we do the science, the history. So this is really easy. Don't complicate it. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Go back and listen to this again and again and again because you have all the information. It's not complicated.
And for those homeschool moms that, like you say, you touched on this with the toddlers and stuff. Nap time is a great time to school, but sometimes that isn't quite enough. So one other tip for teaching multiple ages, even though you're not technically teaching your toddler, is to have a school time toy basket or bin or activities because that little 3-year-old, I remember this with my daughter, wants to be part of school. She wants to be part of the group. It may only last 5 minutes, but set up a little spot for them. Let them play with their toys or their little quiet time activities.
And
with
only
you.
bring those things out
Only
during
yes,
that time, so it's new, it's exciting,
it's
and
special.
rotate it. Yep,
Mhm.
and
So that's
rotate
just
it.
another
So,
tip for
wonderful. Yep, awesome. Okay, you can do it, parents, you can do it.
yes,
If you still have questions about all the other things, head on over to Homeschool Idaho's YouTube channel. We'll have everything you need there to get you started. Homeschoolidaho.org has all the information you need as well. You can shoot us emails, ask us questions, get to our convention in June of each year, and you'll get more information. But ultimately, if you walk away with nothing else, walk away with this. You can do this. So
absolutely.
we'll be back. Thanks.